Hi, I'm Olive. I've always been the kind of person who tries too hard to please everyone, especially my husband's family. That's probably why I spent 3 days preparing for tonight's dinner celebrating Derek's big promotion. Babe, are you sure you don't want me to hire a caterer? Derek adjusted his tie in the mirror, barely glancing my way. I want to make this special for you. Your parents will appreciate the personal touch. He shrugged. Just don't burn anything this time. The doorbell rang at exactly 6. Robert and Patricia arrived first, perfectly coordinated in navy blue outfits. There's our successful son. Patricia embraced Derek, ignoring the appetizers I'd spent hours arranging. And there's our Olive. Robert's pause said everything. Derek's sister Megan arrived next, her designer handbag probably worth more than my entire outfit. Nice spread, Olive. Store-bought? Actually, I made everything from scratch. How domestic of you. My only ally, my college friend Vanessa, arrived last. Her warm hug was the only genuine interaction I'd had all day. This looks amazing, she whispered. You okay? You seem tense. Fine. Just want everything to be perfect. Dinner started smoothly enough. I served the roast I'd been perfecting all week, while Derek poured expensive wine and commanded the conversation. So the VP basically handed me the promotion. Said I was the only one with the vision to handle the Anderson account. That's my boy. Robert raised his glass. Always knew you'd follow in my footsteps. What about you, Olive? Patricia asked, with that sugary tone she reserved for conversations she didn't care about. Still doing that little blog thing? Before I could answer, Derek laughed. She calls it content creation. Makes about enough to buy groceries once a month. Everyone except Vanessa chuckled. Well, at least she's trying, Megan added with false sympathy. Speaking of trying, Derek continued, his third glass of wine loosening his tongue. You should have seen her last week when she tried to change a light bulb. Stood on a chair in her pajamas, arms stretched up. Then the chair wobbled and she screamed like a sitcom character. The table erupted in laughter. Derek, maybe that's enough, Vanessa started. Oh, I'm just getting started. Remember when she tried to impress my boss at the Christmas party? Told him she had a degree in communications like it was Harvard Law? More laughter. My face burned. And this dinner? Let's be honest, the roast is dry. Always is. I followed your mother's recipe exactly, I whispered. Well, clearly you missed something. Patricia dabbed her mouth. Perhaps cooking just isn't your thing, dear. Not everyone can be good at everything, Robert added. True. Olive's talents lie elsewhere. Derek winked, making everyone but Vanessa laugh again. I felt tears forming. 10 years of marriage, and this was how he saw me, as the punchline to his jokes. Excuse me. I stood up, my napkin falling to the floor. Oh, don't be so sensitive, Derek called as I fled to the bathroom. Through the door, I could hear him. She's always like this. So emotional. Another wine, anyone? I grabbed my purse and slipped out the back door, texting Vanessa that I needed air. As I drove away, I could still hear their laughter echoing in my head. I ended up at Moonlight Diner, staring at a coffee I couldn't drink. Vanessa slid into the booth across from me 30 minutes later, concern etched across her face. I told them you got a migraine. Derek barely looked up from his wine. 10 years, Van. 10 years of this. My voice cracked. Remember our anniversary last month? He forgot to make reservations, then blamed me for not reminding him. That's just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? The floodgates opened. Last Christmas, he gave me a gym membership in front of his family. Said it was time I took care of myself. When I cried later, he said I was too sensitive and couldn't take a joke. Vanessa reached for my hand. Why didn't you tell me before? It happened so gradually. First, it was little comments about my clothes, then criticizing my career choices. Suddenly, I'm second-guessing everything about myself. Like when he made you quit your marketing job? I nodded. He said it was beneath me, but really my boss Mike was too friendly. Derek couldn't handle it. Then he suggested I follow my passion with the blog, but whenever I'm working on it, he calls it my little hobby. That's textbook control, Olive. Last month, I wanted to visit my mom for her birthday. He said we couldn't afford the plane ticket. Then he bought golf clubs the next day. My phone buzzed with a text. This is Megan. We need to talk. Privately. About Derek. That's weird. Derek's sister never texts me. Answer her, Vanessa urged. I replied quickly and my phone rang almost immediately. Olive? Are you somewhere private? Megan's voice sounded tense. Yes, with Vanessa. What's going on? I'm sorry about tonight. Look, this isn't the first time Derek has done this. His ex-fiancé before you. He destroyed her confidence the same way. My stomach dropped. What? There's more. That promotion he's bragging about? It's a lie. The company's downsizing his department. I overheard him arguing with Dad about borrowing money. After hanging up, I sat in stunned silence. I need to see for myself, I finally said. Back at our house, Derek still wasn't home. I went straight to his office and opened his laptop. His password hadn't changed since I set it up for him years ago. Champion 1. His emails confirmed everything. No promotion, instead a final warning about performance. Bank statements showed multiple cash withdrawals, and a secret credit card maxed out at $23,000. I heard Derek's car in the driveway and quickly closed everything. There you are, he slurred, stumbling in. Way to embarrass me by running out. My parents think you're unstable. I'm unstable? You humiliated me in front of everyone? Oh, please, I was just having fun. You're so dramatic. He kicked off his shoes, leaving them for me to pick up. Make me some coffee, will you? I'm meeting Robert early tomorrow to discuss some investment opportunities. Investment opportunities. More lies. After he passed out, I grabbed my phone and started taking pictures of the financial documents I'd found. I recorded a voice memo describing tonight's events while they were fresh. I need a plan, I whispered to Vanessa over text. Start documenting everything, she replied. I'll help you build a case. In the darkness of our bedroom, watching Derek snore without a care in the world, something hardened inside me. This wasn't just about tonight. This was about 10 years of slow, calculated emotional torture, and it was about to end. The next 3 weeks were an Oscar-worthy performance. I made Derek's favorite meals, laughed at his jokes, and pretended nothing was wrong while secretly building my case. Don't forget to iron my blue shirt for tomorrow's client meeting, Derek barked one morning, pacing our kitchen. And we need to cut back on groceries this month. Everything okay with work? I asked innocently. Just focus on what I'm asking you to do, okay? I'm handling the important stuff. When he left, I immediately called our bank. Mrs. Henderson, I'm showing a second mortgage was taken out last month, the customer service rep explained. That's impossible. I never signed anything. We have the paperwork right here with your signature. My signature? Forged. I felt sick. That afternoon, I met Vanessa and Megan at a cafe 3 towns over. He's drowning in debt, I explained, spreading printouts across the table. Gambling, mostly, plus a business investment with some sketchy startup that tanked. Megan looked pale. He forged your signature? That's criminal. I've been documenting everything, I said, showing them my growing evidence file. But I need the perfect moment to expose him. Vanessa sipped her coffee thoughtfully. What about a public setting where he can't escape or control the narrative? Like what? Megan suddenly straightened. Mom and Dad's 40th anniversary dinner next month. They're having it at the country club. Derek would never make a scene there. Perfect, Vanessa nodded. And knowing your in-laws, they'll want their golden boy to give a speech. Sure enough, the invitation arrived the following week, with a note from Patricia. We'd love Derek to say a few words about family values. Derek was thrilled. This is perfect timing. Dad's been weird about lending me money lately. This speech will remind everyone who the successful son is. His controlling behavior intensified as his financial house of cards teetered. He installed a budgeting app on my phone that tracked every purchase. When I bought coffee with Vanessa, he called immediately. $7 at Starbucks? Really? I told you we're cutting back. It was just one coffee. You never listen. This is why we're always struggling. Meanwhile, I worked with Vanessa to organize my evidence. Bank statements, email screenshots, recorded conversations. We created a presentation that could be easily shared from my phone to the country club's AV system. Are you sure about this? Megan asked during our final planning session. There's no going back. I'm sure. I'm done being his punching bag. The night before the anniversary dinner, Derek criticized my outfit choice while he rehearsed his speech. You're wearing that? It makes you look wider than you already are. I bit my tongue. What do you think of your speech? It's perfect. Everyone will be impressed. He paced our bedroom. Just don't embarrass me tomorrow, okay? Keep quiet, laugh at my jokes, and try to look pretty. Can you handle that? I smiled sweetly. I've been handling it for 10 years. What's one more night? That's my girl. He patted my head like a dog. I stayed up late after he fell asleep, reviewing my own presentation one last time. Tomorrow, Derek would stand up to give a speech about family values, but I would be the one delivering the real lesson. The Oak Ridge Country Club sparkled with chandeliers as Derek worked the room, his arm firmly around my waist. Remember, compliment Mom's dress and laugh at Dad's jokes. Robert and Patricia held court near the head table, celebrating 40 years of marriage. Mom, you look stunning, Derek gushed. Marriage clearly agrees with you. I spotted Vanessa at the bar and Megan arriving, both giving subtle signals that everything was ready. During dinner, Derek charmed everyone with stories, occasionally squeezing my knee under the table, his warning to keep smiling. Time for speeches, Robert announced. Derek, you're up first. Derek stood confidently. Marriage is about trust and honesty. My parents taught me that family means having each other's backs. The screen behind him flickered to life. Bank statements appeared, showing gambling losses. Then his termination warning from work, his forged signature on our second mortgage. I stood up. Yes, let's talk about integrity, Derek. Olive, you're making a scene, he hissed. I'm finally speaking the truth. There was no promotion. He's been fired. The house is mortgaged with my forged signature. The money went to gambling and failed investments. She's having a breakdown, Derek laughed nervously. Play the recordings, I said. Vanessa clicked a button, and Derek's voice filled the room. You're nothing without me. No one would want you. That's taken out of context, Derek protested. Is this out of context too? Megan stood up, holding a letter. This is from Amber, your ex-fiancée. She detailed the exact same pattern of emotional abuse. You kept that letter? Derek's face drained of color. I didn't believe her then. I do now. Robert stood slowly. Son, is this true? About the job? The mortgage? Dad, I can explain. Answer the question, Patricia demanded, ice cold. Derek crumbled. I needed the money. The gambling was just to fix things. I'm done, Derek. The police have the forged documents. My lawyer has the rest. You can't do this to me, he whispered. You did this to yourself. 3 months later, I signed the final divorce papers. He didn't contest anything after the fraud charges. The house is yours, minus the legal mortgage, my lawyer explained. Outside, Vanessa and Megan waited with champagne. To freedom, Vanessa toasted. Dad cut him off completely. He's working at a call center now, Megan added. Did you hear he tried to apologize through Patricia? Some sob story about therapy and changing? Too little, too late? 6 months later, my blog had grown into a successful support network for abuse survivors. I had my own apartment, my own money, and my own voice. Meanwhile, Derek had lost everything. His family, reputation, and the control he'd held over me for a decade. The last I heard, he was still telling anyone who would listen that I'd ruined his life. He never understood that all I did was tell the truth. What would you have done in Olive's position? Was her public exposure of Derek justified, or should she have confronted him privately first? Would you have rejected his apology like she did, or given him another chance? If this story resonated with you, hit the like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Many people experiencing emotional abuse feel alone. Your perspective might help someone who's going through something similar right now. New stories like this one every day. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching.